What is up? Welcome to another video and a beautiful summer night here in Norway. It's like 9:30 at night and it's about 28, almost 30 degrees. So this is amazing. For once I can actually say I'm enjoying the weather here, and I wish it could be like this all the time. So yeah, late night, it's warm, so we can get working on this. Oh dear.
Oh shit, here we go again.
It's been a while since I've given you guys an update on the Mitsubishi EVO IX and where I'm at with it. A lot has been happening, but just at a very slow pace. Also, there is some really bad news I have to give about the car, but we'll leave that until the end of the video.
That's no good.
I have been doing my underbody restoration job, which is, I'm not too sure how to describe it, but it can only be described as a nightmare. This is one of the craziest things I've ever done. I regret it every time I get started on doing this. It's just mental. I've been spending a lot of time so far, and you can see the process that I'm at right now. So yeah, anyway, the fuel tank, which is sitting right here, has been dropped. All the rear subframe, all the control arms, the exhaust, everything has been dropped down from the car. It wasn't really that hard to drop everything. It probably took a few nights or something to do it. Luckily, all the bolts were okay. No broken bolts or anything being stripped. Yeah, it was all relatively quite easy. Control arms dropped down, subframe, fuel tank, yeah, not a problem. Fuel tank, this is going to be all refurbished. Thankfully, it's fine. There's no rust or anything on it. It's quite good. I'm going to be replacing all of these hoses and clamps and everything on there. I have not got a chance yet to get to the fuel tank, so we'll probably do that. Hopefully, maybe make a video about that one. But basically, all I've been doing is spending my time just grinding underneath. So this is the zinc primer, and this is where I've kind of, the next section where I've started grinding, back to bare steel. You might be wondering why I've started putting the zinc primer on, but basically when I started bringing this back to bare steel, and it was sitting here for so long, I would start to see just light layers of rust coming through because it was sitting for so long. So I've kind of been just doing one section at a time. I'll bring it back to bare steel and then put the zinc primer on. So that's the process of doing things at the moment. So this is the next section I did. This back bit here, which is really hard getting into all these areas. I still have to fix a few things up here. And yeah, and that's what's left. This is them here. I've just got my Milwaukee drill with all the different wire wheel attachments on there. Lots of different sizes and shapes just to get into every different nook and cranny. I've got the small little Milwaukee one here. This one's really good for getting to small places. And then I've also got the angle grinder, which is loud and noisy and very messy. And then flat disc, these poly discs, which are awesome, but they wear out very fast. The flap discs are good too, but they're actually very aggressive. You see all the sparks and everything coming off, so I don't use them too much. And then just the different wire wheels as well. This one's quite good, very aggressive also, but you know, got through. The stuff that was on the spare wheel well here was really hard to get through, so that worked quite well. And yeah, just different sizes. This thing is still going. It's the cheapest angle grinder I could find, but it's still going hard. But the neighbors aren't liking it too much.
Shut up! What the fuck? Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up!
I can only do it at certain times of the day. Sometimes I'll be up until 12 o'clock at night, and then I get my wife down here saying, hey, that's enough. So yeah, we'll go around the car and have a look. I've already done this front left wheel well is all done, back to bare metal, zinc primer. If we go underneath the car, I've done this side as well, zinc primer. This wheel arch and the other wheel arch on the other side. So yeah, all up, honestly, I'm probably about 40 hours in, and that's where I've got to. Yeah, so the painting process, I'm just using a basically a kit from SR Auto Bodies. If you know them, they are a really, some guys in the UK that do amazing work with GTRs and Skylines and everything. So I bought the whole kit off them. Rust converter, zinc primer, then there's going to be a seam sealer that's going to go down, then a stone chip guard, and then a white overlay over the top of all that. So it's going to look fantastic when it's done. But yeah, it's going to take a while. And yeah, now for the bad news.
And here we go.
Okay, so the whole reason I was doing this is because I knew that there was some bad surface rust on the car. If you know anything about rust, the deeper you dig, the worse it's just going to get, and it was the same case with this. What I thought was surface rust was a lot worse than what I thought. This rear right chassis rail, if you can see up in there, is bad. So the more I grinded it, the more and more just steel just started peeling off. So you get the light here, as you can see, this area here all just fell away really bad. Up in here as well, and back here. So this whole rear right chassis leg, which what runs down into there, all the way up and back, has to be replaced.
Oh, John!
Yeah, so unfortunately, like up in here, also here, you can see a hole. The rust just got up into this right-hand side. Who knows if it was in Japan or if it was in Sweden, I don't know. But it's a lot worse than what I thought. And yet to figure out how I'm going to do that, I've got to speak to some people and ask. I already have the chassis leg. I bought one. Thankfully, a place that I work next to was able to get one quick and fast for me. Because I spoke to even Mitsubishi in Australia and they couldn't get them until September. It's June now, so yeah. I got on within like 5 days into Norway, which is incredible. But I'm not too sure how we're going to put that on the car whilst it's sitting here on jack stands and not movable. So possibly it can be done in the garage. I spoke to people that said that yes, you can do it in there, but maybe it's not ideal. But either way, you know, it's a full restoration on this car. I still never got plates for it, so yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it from me. I'm going to keep going. It's Saturday night. I want to try and do a few things here whilst it's nice and warm. Main goal really is now we've got warm weather, get all this painting done whilst it is so warm. Just, you know, once we get back in the colder weather, I can't use any of these paints or anything. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm stoked. It is what it is. It's going to be better than new when it's done. So, yeah. Anyway, buy some colouring books. It helps me out a lot. Thank you to everyone that has been buying them. I've got a bunch that I have to send on Monday actually, so thanks for reminding me. Yeah, I will continue the job here and hopefully next video I'll have some better news and more updates. See you then. Bye.